Why have thoughts become so important in life? When man is at all serious to look at this world as it is not difficult to see that the mind has been so dependent on thoughts in every way in society. Our life is completely dominated by thoughts. Outwardly, there are various rules, regulations. Inwardly, there are endless ideas, conclusions, various images of what should be or what should not be. Thoughts have permeated into every corner of society. Via thoughts, human beings have created marvelous technology. Via thoughts, human beings have made the society so efficient. But why do thoughts overflow into the psyche? Why is the psyche flooded by endless thoughts? Is that the main factor that the mind is conditioned? In that conditioning, we think thoughts are the only instrument we can rely on to do various things. But when one is really serious about investigating the nature of thoughts, one will find that thoughts have brought about all kinds of mischiefs, contradictions, deviations. When human beings are living in thoughts, as we are doing now actually, all the world, people are in contradiction with each other. Each one sticks to their own ideas, thoughts, opinions, conclusions. And there's conflict. There's division. And we stay away from each other. When the mind merely relies on thoughts, the mind stops perceiving. To perceive directly, perceiving is the function of the neuron system, which has nothing to do with thoughts. But nowadays, the mind has been totally inundated by thoughts. The mind believes in thoughts, therefore no longer perceives. Occasionally, when the mind perceives, it sees something totally different from what the thoughts can present. And the mind feels unease, perhaps a sense of fear, and immediately goes back to thoughts. This scenario seems to be repeated in many people's life. Because what one perceives, which is the intelligence of neurons, is already very different from this world brought about by thoughts. Because this world we are living in has been so distorted by thoughts. And when one really perceives directly, without the filter of the thoughts, what one comes upon is a horrible world, full of terror, chaos, absurdities. In seeing that, the mind runs away. But can one not run away? Just observe and stay with what is, what the mind perceives directly. When the mind stays with what is, not running away, the mind stops being corrupt. Then there's action, naturally. So can one do that? Can one be that? Perceive and see what is actually taking place in the world without running away from it. And only when one perceives directly, thoughts can stay in the right place. But without perception, everything is distorted by thoughts. So to meditate is to perceive, to find back the intelligence of the neuron system. That's the only thing one can rely on when the mind is no longer trapped by thoughts. Then the mind is able to discover, to find something new. Perhaps then, the authentic and the truthful life just starts.